JP's 8th anniversary is fast approaching, so global players, start your saving now. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video, and in today's video we have another stone budgeting guide. We are going to be taking a look at every banner to possibly come between now and Global's 8th anniversary in July. JP is starting theirs in about a week, so I figured what better time to start looking at what you should expect and where you should be spending your stones between now and then on Global Dokkan. So JP is about to get some of the best banners released thus far for 2022-2023, right? The GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and the Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta look like they're going to be pretty good. We're going to have some brand new mechanic that works with them. They're probably going to take full advantage of it. And if 7th anniversary set the bar for what to expect with with the 8th anniversary units, we know these guys are going to be really, really good. And their banners are even better, right? This will be the first return of the STR Cooler and the AGL Super Saiyans from last year's Worldwide. It is the return of the Gamma 1 and the Gamma 2, and the return of the 7-year LRs. Now, these guys did just return recently on Global, so not a big deal, but I mean, if you're somebody who still hasn't picked them up, or you're just starting as of the New Year step-ups, definitely something you should be looking forward to. And they're going to have 2 banner units as well. We don't know anything about these guys or the LR's kits, but we could assume they'll be fairly good given past anniversaries. So these banners are amazing, and realistically, if you were to spend your stones anywhere, it should be on one of these 2 banners, especially if you're someone who, say, missed out on SDR Cooler or the Gammas, right? So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the first upcoming event for Global Dokkan. Confirmed by I Seriously, we know that the physical Kid Goku is the next Dokkan Fest to come to Global Dokkan. He'll likely be coming around the 1st of the month, or maybe a day or 2 after that, right? If I look at my calendar, right, Dokkan Fest usually released on a Tuesday, so we could be seeing him on the 31st or the 1st, which is not that far away. And as far as upcoming Dokkan Festival units go that we are aware of, he's probably the best. There are 3 units, and we'll talk about where I believe each one is going to get slotted, but there are 3 units we know of. There's the Tech Bardock and the Imp Yamcha. Of the 3 that we are fully aware of, I would say he is the last Dokkan Fest TUR you should be spending your stones for. Most of us have already spent most of our stones probably on the New Year's Step Up for the superhero banners, or maybe you're one of those crazies like me who went for the Golden Frieza. So he's coming at an odd time for Global, unfortunately, but if you've got the stones, I would say, 250 or so, you should definitely try to use that for him, simply because he is that good. He does a lot for the team. He covers a good, healthy chunk of characters that are runnable. He's also on Movie Hero, so he can be run on most Movie Hero teams. So he is definitely a good unit. He's also providing damage reduction. His active skill demolishes whatever's in front of him. He is a good unit, and arguably the last summonable TUR you should be summoning for until the 8th anniversary. So Kid Goku's coming up next, and followed by his Part 2 LR. Now, his Part 2 LR, I do believe, will be the STR Carnival Goku here. Now, normally February nets us a Part 2 LR just like January does on Global Dokkan, and last year we ended up getting JP's Double Rates banner from December during this time. The year before we had shared the Double Rates banner, so I imagine that's probably why that happened. But last year we got the AGL Gohan and Trunks' banner at this February time slot. So I'm just going to make an assumption here and say that this is probably what's going to happen. Global could throw a wrench and do something entirely different. After all, we do know that God Goku is getting his EZA, there could be an entirely separate celebration related to him. But I do think that this is probably when we'll see him. After all, we are due up for the next Battlefield LR, as we've gotten all the dupes at this point for the Shadow Dragon. So the next Battlefield LR should be coming up soon, and if not February, it would make sense if this ends up being the Part 2 LR during that time as well. So as far as where to spend your stones, right, you're probably going to spend your stones on Goku, but if not, then this is the next best place to do it, and I would say you definitely need to try to go for this guy, especially since it will be a double raids banner. That is some insane value, and his banner not only gives you this guy, who is a 200% lead for Battle of Wits, you've also got the STR Piccolo on here, right? You know, it's weird that I'm recommending a banner unit over the LRs on the banner, but I mean, he's just that good. And if you're someone who didn't complete the Cell Max Battle of Wits mission, both of these guys will really, really help you. So 200 to 250 stones, I would say no more spent on either Kid Goku or the Carnival Goku. Otherwise, you need to be continuing to save. Each celebration this month, in the months leading up to the anniversary, is going to net you, unless there's a special celebration, you're looking at 200 to 250 stones per celebration. So if you save between now and then, what is that? We got March, April, May, June, right? 4 months, 250 stones each. You're talking at least 1,000 stones if you save between now and then and don't summon at all. So just something to keep in mind. So again, that's what February is going to be looking like. If you're going to spend stones anywhere between now and then, I would say probably here. Otherwise, continue to save. Now, where things start getting hairy is when we start looking beyond February, right? During March, we know that the Saiyan Day campaign is on March 18th, which means there's a 2-week gap where we will see a Dokkan Fest, just like we have in every single year prior. Last year, we received the AGL Trunks for the 2 weeks in the beginning of March, leading into the Saiyan Day unit, which was this Int Majin Vegeta here. So we could go either way. We could end up seeing the Int Yamcha as the March Dokkan Fest, or the Tech Bardock. If we follow the timeline, it should be the Tech Bardock, but it could go either way. I could see them swapping them, being that if these two are going to be featured on Saiyan Day, they will either swap the banners entirely, put Yamcha here, and then or put this guy in and just remove these two guys off the banner, since they will more than likely be on the Saiyan Day banner anyway. So I could see it going either way. It remains to be seen which one we have, but it doesn't really matter because, in my opinion, they are probably not going to be worth your summon. They're both good in their own right. The Bardock does provide a scouter for the first 5 turns and basically gives every Goku in the game a 200% lead, but I don't think he's worth a summon over, say, what's to come in the 8th anniversary. Same goes for Int Yamcha. He's really good. He's amazing when he gets built up. His banner unit Yajirobe is actually insane as well, but again, over what's possibly to be for the 8th anniversary, probably not so much. Also, besides Ginyu, their banner is not that great. Yes, it has the Resurrection of F Blues. I love them, but not the greatest banner in the world. So for March, whoever it is for the 2-week span, I would say probably save your stones and skip that banner. So that brings us to March 18th, Saiyan Day, right? We'll skip down here a little bit. Right here, March 18th is typically when we see. So like I said, last year we got the Int Majin Vegeta on his banner, which is really, really... The Saiyan Day banner tends to be pretty good, simply because it ends up being the first return of the Tanabata LRs, right? So if you missed out on Vegeta and Trunks, they will be appearing on that banner. Now, Saiyan Day usually gives Global a taste of what comes post 8th anniversary, right? So last year it was our first taste of a 200% lead, so whoever this Saiyan Day unit ends up being could end up being a unit with this new standby mechanic. So it remains to be seen. I can't really make a recommendation on it until we know exactly what they do. But knowing that characters like Vegeta and Trunks will be on the banner, I would say that if there was another banner you had to summon on this one, it would be that Saiyan Day banner, simply because the Vegeta and Trunks are very good and will help out a lot of global players if you were someone who didn't end up getting them. Otherwise, this is your chance to pick them up with coins. If you've listened to my coin guide in the past, you know that I've been telling you if you didn't pick up Vegeta and Trunks during their banner, you should be saving your coins for them when they return here on March 18th. Following March into April, right? Whoever we didn't end up getting, whoever we didn't end up getting pre-Saiyan Day, they will be the banner in April. Now, that does leave a whole half a celebration open. We have no idea what could fill that slot. There'll probably be some Part 2 LR. They could move a Part 2 LR from JP forward, or we could be seeing a Global First, who knows. But either way, whoever it is, either the Bardock or the Yamcha for April, whichever one it ends up being, my recommendation is the same as it was pre-Saiyan Day. Hold off, because the 8th anniversary is fast approaching. So if you following my advice here so far and you didn't summon on any of these banners, right, you're up to like 750 stones at this point. If you saved every single stone just from logging in, doing your dailies, completing missions, etc., during these campaigns. And that brings us to June, right? So let's hop into back over to the timeline here. So for June, the June Dokkan Fest usually ends up being JP's Dokkan Fest, right, for March, whichever the post 8th anniversary Dokkan Fest. So last year it was Ginyu. We have no idea yet what it could be, but the same recommendation I gave for Ginyu last year, which was to save your stones. As good as Ginyu was, he's a trap right before the 7th anniversary, and I'm betting whoever they end up putting in June, it will be the same. No matter how good they aren't going to compare to whatever these guys are bringing and whatever is on these banners, right? Like, however good these guys are, there's no way they're going to compare to, say, the likes of Cooler or the LR Gods, right? So if there are units on these banners you're missing, there's absolutely no reason you should be spending it on the June Dokkan Fest. And then, obviously, like with the others, we always get a Part 2 LR. Yellow Coin LR in June. We'll probably get the same this year. They'll probably try to tempt us with that LR in by doing discounts or something. Last year it was the Goku Piccolo. Who knows what it'll be this year, but recommendation remains the same. Continue to save, because at that point you'll just be 2 weeks away from these wonderful banners right here. So that's a brief overview of everything to come between now and Global's 8th anniversary. There's a lot to come. There's a lot you should be saving for. So if you follow my recommendation and only summon on the Kid Goku or the Carnival Goku between now and then, you will be set. You save your stones, you will be ready to pull whatever ends up being on these banners. No matter how good they are, you will be ready for these banners. And, you know, we will update this guide monthly as we get more solid info at the end of each month, right? So at the end of February, once we're past the Carnival banner or Yellow Coin banner, whatever it ends up being, we'll do an update for this guide, and we'll continue showing you how to save and budget for upcoming banners every month. We'll do an update at the end. So anyways, guys, that's the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, are you starting your saving now? Are there any upcoming Dokkan Fest TURs that you are excited for, that you're like, you know what, Celtic, no way, I gotta summon for these guys? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And you know what? since we're going to start our monthly campaign here for this saving, let me know what's your stone count now, and I'll ask you again in a month, and let's see where we're at. We'll make it a challenge. The goal is to be higher than you were at this point next month. Okay, would love to hear what you got in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.